Great. All great ideas. So our next question is following along these lines of robotics is a great solution, but there are bigger challenges out there. So we have a question to everyone from Martin. What do you see as the biggest challenges for STEM education? What is most important to make STEM education successful? Who's going to be the brave one to jump in?
I'm going to say one of the big things is getting past this cultural misnomer that if you like STEM, if you're a kid who likes STEM education or STEM fields, that you're a nerd or a geek, and that really this stuff is cool and it's fun. And not only that, but if you pursue it, you know, there's a lot of job opportunities in it. In fact, most of the jobs that will exist 30 years from now are in fields that haven't been created yet, and they will be STEM related. And so really, you know, there's a lot more competitive STEM competitions now than there were 15 years ago. And just getting to the attitude is, you know, these STEM competitions are just as critical as that basketball and that football team. And, you know, and I think the kids and the parents are starting to see that. But where I see it not coming around is in the stipends to pay those teacher coaches. I mean, you'll have this outrageous stipend for the football coach, but then you're going to have that robotics coach, which is meeting 5 or 6 days a week, who might be getting, you know, $300 for the season, on par with some minor activity. So really is, you know, having more respect for those teachers who are going to encourage these kind of competitive STEM events, and trying to reward those teachers appropriately. I think that's, we have a long way to go there. I think we're getting to the point where we're starting to recognize the contribution of the kids. We still have a long ways to go, but the contribution of the teachers, we need a lot more.
Yeah, and I guess I would just add to that. You know, I think like anything, it's a progression. So looking at where you currently are, your point A, and what is that point B that you're trying to reach, and realize you're not going to be able to tackle it all overnight. So a lot of things that we do see online and in books, these spaces and these tools and all these kits that are out there are amazing. And you know, I look back at where we started to build the makerspace and infuse STEM education into our projects and things like that. You know, we started with duct tape and cardboard, and we started to build momentum. It started to empower the kids and this hands-on learning, trying to actually solve these problems and connecting these dots this way. And over time, things just grow. Parents start to get excited. The community gets excited. You can keep building into these avenues. And so I think, you know, so many times we think we have to have this unlimited budget and all these tools before we start, and I think that's just not realistic. It's what do you have? You remix the items and materials that you have to start to move into the STEM education field. I don't can. You know, I'm a language arts teacher, or I'm a social studies teacher. I can't do STEM. You can. You can. And so I think it's also just empowering the leaders in our classroom and leaders of schools and districts to go, you know, we can do this. It requires some training and some help and support. And so if these are things that are important, we know they're important for the world and for all the things coming at us, what the future is going to hold. But then can we put our money where our mouth is and make sure the people in the classroom have the support and the resources they need to be able to get to a level where they feel comfortable? You know, and I think that starts to move the curve forward for kids, as well as for the culture of schools and all these places that are trying to make this happen in their community.
Yeah, and to tag on to what both Aaron and Gary said, I mean, I think we really have to, on a bigger level, just make sure we're really respecting and empowering teachers, right? If we're asking teachers to lead activities in the classroom where there's multiple different solutions for all kinds of kids, we really need to make sure that they have that power, right, to make learning decisions, right? So that we think of teachers much more like we think like doctors, right? Doctors diagnose their patients, they figure out what's going on, and they figure out the best course forward. So as we're excited about all of these different STEM solutions, right, we know that there's not a one-size-fits-all solution, right? There's definitely some good things we'll find out from research, but in the end, let's make sure that we're, giving teachers the resources they need, positioning them as the experts that can really choose what their students need. Because we know that students need different things, right? For one group of students, the robotics competitions are a phenomenal way to get them engaged, right? And for other students, that competition aspect is not attractive. For students with different backgrounds, we need to think about how to tap into, the strengths they have in their social and cultural communities so that we can really draw them into this world, right? And not just push our ideas on them. So I'm really hoping that as STEM moves forward, right, we keep that idea of teacher as doctor of learning front and center, so that they can really be the ones thinking about all the needs of their students.